Guys, I'm back with another part install. Today I'm going to be installing the front flexible draw stiffeners on my STi. Here's the part number. And here's everything that comes with the kit. Here we got our stiffeners, we got the brackets. This is the front bracket, and then these are the rear brackets. And here's the hardware. Here are the draw stiffeners up close. They're pretty cool looking. And by the way, guys, this was actually the first part that I tried to make a video on, and I messed it up, and I'll go into more detail on that when we get to that part of the video. That way no one else makes the same mistake I did, because these parts are kind of expensive and they take a while to ship. So let's get to it. The first thing you want to do is to remove your under tray, and then the next thing you want to do is start assembling your draw stiffener as a whole unit. And this part's really important. So you want to put a washer on the side of the stiffener. You can see they're jiggling a little. There's a washer, and then on top you put one of the nuts. And over here you do the same thing. You put a washer right there, right there, and then you put a nut over here. And according to the JDM instructions, the fat part with the STi logo attaches to the rear bracket, and then this skinnier part attaches to the front bracket. And this is kind of, or what kind of confused me when I first tried to install this part, was the differences between the JDM and the USDM instructions. So if you look over here at the JDM instructions, you can see, yeah, the fat part, this is the fat part with the STi logo. It goes towards the rear bracket. But in the USDM instructions right here, you can see that this fat part goes on the front bracket, and then the skinny part goes to the rear bracket. And then also you can see even a difference in shape of the bracket. This one's a little bit more has straight lines, and this one's a little bit more has like curved lines. So you can even see it over here. And even the rear brackets seem to have like holes cut out, as opposed to the JDM ones, which don't, right there. And then the really important part is you should follow the JDM instructions for the torque specs. So you can see right here it's saying 20 Newton meters for the nuts, right? It's pointing to the nuts, and then it's pointing down here too, 20 Newton meters. It's pointing to the nuts that attach to the rear brackets. And this is what messed me up, because I didn't check the JDM instructions because I can't read them, because I had found this USDM version, which is for the S209. So this is part of the S209 service manual. And here you can clearly see it says 60 Newton meters, and it's pointing to all of the nuts that connect to the brackets. So I actually followed this torque torque spec my first time, and this is what happened. So this side is fine, but this side over here, that part snapped. You can see it's broken compared to this part, this side. I was trying to tighten, the nut, and it snapped. So I was really bummed out when that happened. So don't do that. Do not follow the USDM torque specs. You can follow the USDM in instructions for the steps, but when it comes to the torque specs, use the JDM instructions. And maybe it comes down to the parts actually being different, because like I said, the brackets in the USDM version on the S209, they look like they're shaped different. And like I said, the fat part goes towards the back, and in the USDM ones, the fat part goes towards the front. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep going and assemble the other side, and then I'll come back. Here's the whole thing all set up. Once again, remember, 20 Newton meters. Okay, so after you tighten those things down, guys, we need to remove this piece right here under the car. So it's this 17 millimeter bolt, and then this 17 millimeter bolt, and then here's the other side right here, this whole thing, and right there. So there's that side, and there's that side removed. Here are the empty bolt holes, and then all the way down there. Now what we need to do is remove these two bolts. Just give you some situational awareness of where we're at. Again, it's these two bolts. They are 14 millimeters. I'll be back. These are the bolts that we just removed, and I believe we're using these new bolts that were included in the kit. They're the same size. They're just a little bit longer, I believe, to compensate for the thickness of the new bracket. Okay, so I've tightened these two bolts down to 60 Newton meters, and I have these the rear brackets loosely held in place. See, there is actually a nut that goes over here. You're gonna use the last two nuts and bolts for this part right here, and yeah, I just need to tighten them down. I'm gonna use stick a wrench through here, and then to hold it in place, and then I'm just gonna torque this down. Let me check the specs and I'll be back. We actually don't want to tighten things down just yet. We want to install these supports back in. I actually have it on this side already. Not torqued down yet, but just so you can see. Right there. Here's the bracket, the rear part, and then there's the bolt that came with the kit, along with let's see if I can get it. There's a nut right there on the other side, and then we are reusing the old bolts for these supports right here and here. So here are the holes that you need to put them in on the other side. There's that hole where we removed it from, and then this hole. So I'm gonna get it done on this side, and then I'll be back with the torque specs. I'm back, guys. So this bolt is gonna be 33 Newton meters, and then this bolt is gonna be 100 Newton meters, as well as the one on the other side, 100 Newton meters. So the only thing left to do is to adjust the tension right here. So if you look right here, I'm sorry for the shine, guys, but oh, here we go. There's a line that you can see right there. You need to twist this. See, right now it's going in, but you need to twist it until it comes out a certain amount. So let me check how many millimeters that is. Alright, so everything's been adjusted, guys. What you want to do is you want to first loosen this nut right here so that it moves this way. And then that's a 12 millimeter. And then you want to use a 14 millimeter to hold down this part right here, that part. And then you use a, let's see, what is this? A 7 millimeter. So while you're holding it right here, while you're holding it in this part right here, you use a 7 millimeter. Sorry for the shine, guys. I don't know how to get rid of it right there. You see there's kind of like a space right here where you can put a 7 millimeter, and you're going to use that to rotate it, rotate the bar until, let me get my measuring thing, until it's 2.5 to 3 millimeters. So you see the line right there? It is just under 3 millimeters. So, it's so shiny. Maybe you can see right there. But you want it to be 2.5 to 3 millimeters from this line to the lip. Okay, so I'm gonna do it on the other side, and then put the under tray back on, and then we're done. Here's everything installed. Everything's tightened down. One thought that I did have is, maybe you guys can chime in on this, is what if some sort of Loctite, maybe blue, was put for this nut right here, because it's only supposed to be tightened down to 6 Newton meters, which is not a lot. So I wonder if the NVH or just the vibration from driving would eventually cause that to spin out and then affect the tension. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think Loctite would be appropriate? Other than that, guys, we are done. This is the last flexible piece. I have all of them. After this, I'm gonna start working on the lateral link set, the trailing arms, and the bushings back there, and then the sway bar. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helped. Peace out.